Hey guys, I'm Geek. In this video, I wanted to share a list of my favorite Nintendo Switch games that I played during the year of 2019. It's about that time already. I already did upload a video where I share with you guys my top video games overall, including every console that I played in 2019. So I hope you actually watched that video that I uploaded before this one. So this is just gonna be about Nintendo Switch games that I enjoyed and played the most this year. So let's go ahead and get started with number 10. My number 10 pick is The Witcher 3. Now keep in mind, this game I actually had it on number 5 before I started recording this video, but I realized that I haven't played the whole game and I only played around 19 to 20 hours of this game, but I did love it a lot, as much that I put it on number 5, but I decided to go ahead that it wasn't fair, so I dropped it all the way to the last position because on this list it's the only game that I didn't play completely. So that's why this game is on number 10. It is a great port. It includes every single DLC that came for the consoles. In my opinion, in portable mode, it looks incredible and it plays very smooth. I have no problems whatsoever. The story is great. So if you've been wanting to play a huge RPG open world type of game, I think you're gonna love this game, especially if you never played this game. So yes, my number 10 title on the Nintendo Switch this year is The Witcher 3.
Wake up, it's just a dream.
My number 9 pick is another port, Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. Now this is a awesome port that I loved. I played it back then when it came out on the PlayStation 3, I think it was, and I only played like an hour back then, but when it came on the Nintendo Switch, I decided to play it, and I ended up liking the story, liking the main character, liking all the open world action and adventure and discovering, and I really ended up enjoying the game, even though back in the day I didn't play it that much because I was like fatigued with Assassin's Creed games. But playing a game like this on the go, I just enjoyed it, especially the missions that you're on the boat and off the boat. Oh man, it's just felt so great, and I loved it so much that right now I'm actually playing Assassin's Creed 4 and I'm also loving it, which is an awesome good port as well. So yes, my number 9 pick is Assassin's Creed 3, just because I actually finished the whole thing. That's why it's ahead of The Witcher 3. My number 8 pick is Yoshi's Crafted World. This is an awesome platforming game that looks beautiful. I know a lot of people say that this is a platforming game for kids, but I guess this game appeals to the kid inside of me because I truly enjoyed this game. It's one of those Nintendo games that you expect it to look great and beautiful and take advantage of the console, and I think this game actually nailed it with how beautiful it looks, how cute it looks, how funny it is, and the graphics looks beautiful, sharp, and gorgeous. So I did play it completely, and I have no shame saying it that I really enjoyed this platform. And of course, if you are a parent looking for a great game for a kid, this is one game that you should not skip. So yes, my number 8 game is Yoshi's Crafted World. My number 7 game is Super Mario Maker 2. Now Super Mario Maker 2 is a game that has a chance to be the best Nintendo game ever, because this is a game that that has a story mode, which I loved. I played it completely. That's the story. You have to build the castle back up because it gets destroyed, and I loved playing through the whole campaign. But besides that, it has a section where you can actually make and download levels from around the world, and there's so much creativity here in this game that this game is one of those games that can last forever until the next generation comes up. So yes, for me, Super Mario Maker was an incredible, great story campaign, which is the most time that I spent on this game. But you can still download a whole bunch of amazing levels from a whole bunch of people that have amazing skills and just enjoy this game forever. My number 6 game is Crash Team Racing Nitro Feud. Now this is a very cool and awesome kart racing game, of course from the Crash Bandicoot world, and it's totally remastered. All the characters, all the world, all the vehicles, everything looks awesomely great on the Nintendo Switch. It plays great on portable mode, and I really enjoyed it. I never did play this game back in the day when it came out on the original consoles, but right here on the Nintendo Switch, I just loved it. Yes, it is a little bit challenging because you have to master the drifting and all that, but once you master all that, oh my god, it just feels really good. And especially if you like playing racing games on the go, this is a very good option. And after you're done with the game, there's still a whole bunch of more content to look for. So yes, my number 6 game is Crash Team Racing Nitro Feud. My number 5 game is Mortal Kombat 11. I played this game totally on the Nintendo Switch in portable mode, and I loved it. I'm a huge fan of the franchise, and I always wanted to play a console quality fighting game on the go, and this is it. I really loved it. I love all the characters, the campaign, I really enjoyed it, and I like the fact that they're coming up with more characters downloadable. I got the Chang Sung, I got Terminator, and the one that I'm really looking forward is for Spawn that comes out I think later next year. But man, I really enjoyed this game. It looks great on the Nintendo Switch, especially in portable mode. Dock mode, I don't like how it looks that much, but in portable mode, it honestly feels really good, and being able to pull all those awesome fatalities. Oh man, it just love it. I just love it. So yes, my number 5 game is Mortal Kombat 11. My number 4 game is a game that I just finished recently. It's Pokemon Sword and Shield, but the version that I played was Pokemon Sword, and I loved it. I was a huge fan of Pokemon Let's Go, even though a lot of people say that it was for kids or for newbies, but guess what? I'm a newbie. So that was my first Nintendo Pokemon game that I ever finished, and this right here is my second Pokemon Nintendo game that I ever finished, and I loved it. It's very cool. It's like a very cool RPG game, open world, that you go anywhere in the world. You compete in challenges in stadiums against other Pokemon masters. I really love it. The graphics are great, the characters are awesome, catching Pokemons, and oh man, the battles, the story, everything was awesome. So yes, my number 4 game is Pokemon Sword. My number 3 game is Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I think this game was awesome on the Nintendo Switch, and if you're a huge fan of Marvel characters and Marvel cartoons and the Marvel movies, I think this is a game that you cannot skip. I love the action. I love all the amazing characters in this game. The cutscenes looks incredible, very beautiful, and they keep adding more content, which is coming out later on. So yes, that's my number 3 game. This was one of my favorite games of the year as well, if you watch my other video, because I just love these characters, and I like the action, the constant grinding, and the special moves that you perform with different characters. One of my favorite characters was Ghost Rider. I love the way he attacks, and Frost, and oh my god, really cool game. So yes, my number 3 game is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. My number 2 game is Astral Chain. This is an awesome, beautiful game that plays amazing on the Nintendo Switch. If you're one of those that like action-packed games like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, this is the closest as you're gonna get right now on the Nintendo Switch, and it looks awesome. It looks beautiful. It has very unique gameplay, because in this game you're actually tied or attached to a Legion, which is like a second character, and it fights for you, and you can switch between legions as you're fighting bosses or any part of the world, and you can solve puzzles depending on the legion that you're using. The story is really cool, the cutscenes are really great, and it's really awesome. I think this is a game that if you like action, you cannot skip this game. So yes, Astral Chain is my number 2 game of the year. And my number 1 game of the year is Luigi's Mansion 3. This is, in my opinion, one of the favorite Nintendo Switch games ever. My number 1 game has always been Zelda Breath of the Wild, but this is right there with Zelda Breath of the Wild as one of my favorite Nintendo Switch games ever. I love the cartoony look of it. I love the characters. I love the story. I love the puzzle solving. I love fighting the ghosts, trapping the ghosts, fighting the bosses. Everything in this game feels awesome and just perfect, just what you expect a Nintendo Switch game to do on the Nintendo Switch. That's what this game does, and I just hope that this is not the last one. I can't wait to see Luigi's Mansion 4 if it comes on the Switch or on the next Nintendo console. I really love it. I loved every character, every moment of this game. I love the fact that instead of a house or a haunted house, it's actually a haunted hotel where you go to different floors, and every time you go to a different floor is basically like a different kind of world you're in because everything changes. So yes, my #1 game of the year, and maybe one of my favorite Nintendo Switch games ever, is Luigi's Mansion 3. That's it for this list. In my opinion, it was a great year for the Nintendo Switch. Let me know what games did you enjoy the most that you played and finished, or played a whole bunch of hours on the Nintendo Switch this year during the 2019. So let me know what you think about this list. Till next time, guys. Bye bye.